It's about time.
We are taking up a notch.
Great.
Yeah.
That's the thing that
Yep.
they got you. So
It's up. Each team has 1 point. Oh, my slide. Oh,
10 workers go down.
Mine on the
I
natural.
like the idea. That is a very saturated mineral line. Oh, but it hits the overlord.
Overlord. Oh.
Alright, there we go.
Yes! I've been practicing with those for the last week.
He's got his medication on hand. Oh, but he gets surrounded.
Oh, and he question marks him.
Oh.
BM's his friend. I like it. It's always fun when you play your friend.
Does he have another blink? Very yes. Very nice. Bruce does have enough to really take on this army. He just needs to blink on top of it. Finish off those cyclones.
Looks like he's mostly defensive looking. Oh, there
Yep,
we go.
there we
There
go.
we go.
There's the
One.
time. God, boy, very nice. Storm kills it.
It's gonna be it. GG's. Oh,
Yeah, going straight for the workers. Huge economic damage. 24 workers going down.
Oh no, that's a bad storm. That he walked through all the Protoss units got stormed there. Very few of the
Because they're going to be taking on the 2-time world champion Sarah. He has come in with guns ablaze. That is currently 30 units. We have the GG.
Pull it up!
GG! Minnesota Barcraft, FSL team, manages to get a GG.
a very good try overall. He's did work. You know? Oh, you're not.
To a 2-0 victory over GG Izzy. GG's call.
7, 10, multiply there. We have the GG. Alright, great.
We are live.
All right, hello everybody. We are into the second series of the Special Tactics versus PSIOP Gaming. Currently, these two teams are tied 2-2. We're going to have players of similar skills playing against each other, trying to get points for their team. Less players available this weekend, a lot of traveling going on. I might be playing in one match, but we definitely have DarkMenace versus MedicJr at their high level, and we've got SgtABC versus BeanTheBard at kind of lower mid-level. To answer the complaints there, yep, this is on the current patch, and thankfully it's mostly Zerg anyway, so there you have it. I'm going to bring in our players right now. Alright, hello DarkMenace, hello MedicJr.
I was just in an engaging conversation. What did you do?
Oh, here. So it's come to my attention that I interrupted a conversation, so I'm going to bring BeanTheBard in here too. Would you like to share with the rest of the class?
Alright, I am in Minnesota, Bean.
Yeah, that was it. We were just talking about how it's early for me.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, I happen to be in Minnesota too. It's a little group that I run called Minnesota Barcraft that hasn't been able to do a lot of Barcrafts because there haven't been a lot of pro tournaments to invite people to watch. But hey, I roll with it, man. And who knows what the future will bring. So, alright, Bean, I appreciate the inquiry. It is always good to ask if someone's from Minnesota. I will... And, I mean, heck, if you even want to stick around, you can cast with me. I know you do some streaming.
I could give it a try.
She's streaming right now.
I am streaming right now.
Alright, so not that you do it, that you're doing it. Got it. But yeah, and MedicJr, could we get you on camera?
I am on camera. Am I on the wrong one?
Might be. It's not in Discord. It's that web app.
Yeah. Might be on the wrong one. FSL.
Yep.
It's just FSL and FSL, right?
Yep.
FSL.
FSL, by the way, is the Fun Star League, for those watching for the first time.
Funny. I was on time. Well, no, but I was in bed watching to see when the stream started.
Yeah. But yeah, I have no problem letting people know what they're getting into. I know some people like the new patch more than others. I find it's kind of interesting.
This patch
at least
sucks.
when I'm watching. Alright, glad to hear it. But yeah, definitely not going to kick anyone out of chat for not loving what they're offered.
I love the new patch.
Am I in the room or?
I still don't see you here. Let me go ahead and just post the link.
We have a getting ready page in Discord.
No, I had a great time.
Is it lowercase FSL?
No, it's all caps.
Check
And the room?
getting ready on Discord. It's the same one you've been using.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's talk about what happened in the past few weeks.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it in general here. Alright, so, I mean, I was joking around yesterday, and yeah, I went ahead and posted it in general chat too. But it's like, whenever there's a new patch, okay, I'm bringing guys in for interview. What's the
Gosh, I
most
need to change my settings again.
ridiculously obvious question I can ask anyone? Oh yeah, what do you think of the new patch? And we have the point of view of one Zerg player and one Terran player, so I'm sure you guys will be in full agreement, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
We love the new patch.
I mean...
Problem with camera. Oh no.
Alright.
Oh no.
Yeah, you might need to... If it's a USB one, you might need to disconnect it, load the page again, and connect it again.
Oh.
DarkMenace, I know you're a busy guy. Have you had a chance to test out the patch yet?
If I'm being honest, I haven't played in 2 months.
All right, that is.
So that
a
means
truth
that
bomb
I'm
for you.
going to win.
No.
What?
DarkMenace has surprised people before, or played exactly up to expectations, depending how you look at it. Multi-time Code S champion here at the FSL.
I have no idea what's wrong.
Alright, can someone help debug him outside the stream? In the meantime, HyperTurtle, here's the schedule of what's been happening this season so far.
Alrighty. So, yep. Angry Space Heroes doing very well for themselves so far. Pulled the Boys also moving into the winners match and then continuing to dominate. So they are our champion team from last season. And they are getting the most favorable seed this time, whereas last season they kind of started the bottom and then pummeled their way up. Losers match that is showing there, that's what we're seeing today. And currently we are tied 2-2 between the different matches. if things remain tied towards the end, we will put together some kind of ace match.
Boy.
So, Medic, a few things you can try. You can try open it in a different browser. Is this your webcam? Is that your phone? Is that a USB, or is that built in?
Webcam is being used elsewhere. Shiba.
Yeah, if you've got it open in Discord or something, you'll need to close out of that on there.
Well, no, it's not using in Discord.
Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah, the audio sounds great though.
Yeah,
Back
different.
to normal levels.
Yeah, different guy doing production at the moment. And yeah, this is one of the important things to figure out before the match is starting.
Why can this webcam not work? It was working earlier.
And DarkMenace, are you on camera? Or did you go off camera again? I'm confused.
Pretty sure I'm on there.
Yeah, it should show your picture there. Yep, there we go. Alright, Medic, did you try a different browser?
Oh,
jump
boy.
between Edge or Firefox or Chrome, that can help. Or just reconnecting the webcam or rebooting your computer. I mean, I am an IT guy, so I probably should have said that first.
Alright, while we're rating, BeanTheBard, HyperTurtle, what do you think about our next few matchups? What are you guys expecting here?
It was literally working. I opened a
Well, try
Video
closing
Ninja and it worked.
Yeah, close all your browser windows. There might be one that's still accessing it.
You mean tabs?
Windows, tabs. If you close the windows, the tabs within them will close. That's the trick.
Well, while we were waiting, do you guys want to talk about the upcoming matches, your favorites, what you're expecting? And maybe some of the previous matches from yesterday.
Yesterday, I mean, things went pretty well in direction of one way or the other. We had Parkanian doing pretty well against, I believe it was Wind Shadow. And then the team match, Cranky Toaster and Hurt in Time. First map, they managed a very successful, I guess, 8 racks proxy. Took things out pretty quickly. Second match, definitely more back and forth, but they were able to keep things... they were on the back foot for a while on the defensive, but no economic damage was done by SCVC or SOS throughout all of that, and eventually they just marched in with a bunch of tanks, and that was that. I think one of the big highlights of yesterday's game was Parkanian managing, I believe, to kill about 25 workers with an Oracle by the time it died. So the nightmare of anyone right there, and Parkanian just kind of enjoying testing out the new kind of gateway, just rushing things out more Terran style was the way he put it. We also fooled around with some free-for-alls, and first one was mostly people waiting around for other people to kill each other, and that was that. Second one kind of rushed along, but Cranky Toaster, yep.
I'm gonna leave the call and see if that's what's causing it.
All right.
I have no idea what could be.
Since we're both in Minnesota, I might be able to just swing by his office. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, we just had some fun with free-for-alls, letting players test out how the patches were different, with Cranky Toaster actually dominating both times in the end. First time with a whole lot of battle cruisers that just weren't getting destroyed. Second time, well, everyone else just slaughtered each other, and then he picked up the pieces. As far as today's matches go, yeah. This first one is one I'm very much looking forward to, so I'm hoping the camera stuff gets sorted out very quickly, because DarkMenace is a force of dominance in FSL, but MedicJr, he's been one of those players who's been wanting to participate more for quite a while, but we didn't necessarily have players that were up to his skill level. He has kind of gone out of GM here and there. And then, yeah, BeanTheBard, you are new here. SgtABC has been a player who's been with us a few seasons, but kind of bumped up a little bit every single time. And it's going to be Zerg versus Zerg, which is what everyone's loving with this new patch. Extra larva.
Right.
Extra larva. Yes, indeed.
Special tactics.
We also have a couple players who doesn't look like they'll be able to make it today. There's a total of 4 teams, so we do sort of a GSL style bench, you know. A versus B, C versus D, winner versus winner, loser versus loser, and that's how we lay out the final brackets for the championships. We are going to be taking next weekend off, I believe, since definitely a lot of people going out on picnics and firework parties. Yeah, I'm throwing a little bit more advice MedicJr's way. I think the next step would probably be to just reboot. So, BeanTheBard, what have you been streaming?
Recently, I've been streaming your StarCraft, your patch. People love the new patch. I love the new patch. I had a great time on Wednesday playing the new patch. I played again last night. I had less of a good time. It seems like maybe people have started to figure out things. So, we'll see. Working on figuring it out myself still. And then, what else? I started streaming Dead by Daylight recently, if you know that.
Wow. That's, I'm familiar with it in some ways. I've never played it. I do remember watching a stream where a podcast actually, what was his name? Well, basically Robert England and I'm trying to remember who played the head guy in Hellraiser. I believe that was Doug Bradley. Yeah, I think that was Doug Bradley. Well, they did a little podcast where they were chatting with each other, and one of the first things that Doug Bradley put out there was, before anyone asks, I can't really offer any opinions about the pinhead guy appearing in Dead by Daylight, because I've never played that game.
Yeah, it's another game that's been out for 10 plus years now and still going. And there's like lore, and people are very into it. It's got a pretty strong following on Twitch. So I'm having
and they keep having these guest killers, basically.
Right.
All
They
these
just
little
added,
crossovers.
Jason. There's also...
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they would have had him in there. Well,
you would think.
I guess probably because he was in his own, what do they call it? There's a name for the games where where there's one guy against 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's probably, I think it's a new movie coming out. I don't know if they need to promote it, but
I think it's like a TV series, some sort of prequel thing. It's been a mess for a while because the screenwriters for the original Friday the 13th have been in a legal battle with the current copyright owners for years, and they finally just decisively won it. The deal is, though, although they created the Friday the 13th franchise, and spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched the original or watched Scream, Jason wasn't the killer in the original movie. So basically we've reached the point where the Friday the 13th copyright isn't in the hands of the producers anymore. the screenwriters have it, but it doesn't matter that much because they still own Jason as he was presented later on. Didn't wear his hockey mask until the third. I'm not so much a slasher connoisseur myself, but my wife definitely is.
Oh, that was a lot of information to have to pull out for someone who's not a connoisseur.
Well, you know, I absorb stuff, and I find it kind of fascinating with these franchises because very rarely was there any direction that they had in mind. So it's like every movie, they kind of trip over their own feet trying to figure out where to take it next. But yeah, I do have my own official hockey mask. So does my daughter, actually. So that was interesting. In Minnesota, there's something called CryptoCon, where you can go and get autographs and watch discussions between people from these franchises. Okay, it sounds like Nuke is ready, so here, let me actually bring MedicJr in here too. Hello, MedicJr, how's it going?
Bad.
Oh, did he reboot yet?
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, so I think if there's different applications that are fighting over access to your webcam, rebooting is definitely the next step. However, we also we just heard from Nuke, and it sounds like he will be able to do a match. So maybe we should just start with me taking him on in another nice little ZVT.
Maybe.
I can co-cast with.
Oh, absolutely. BeanTheBard, you do any casting?
Sure.
All right, let's invite.
I'm more color commentary, but
That's fine.
Hey.
I'll help with you and I will figure it out.
Why is this camera not working randomly? Oh my god.
And someone on the chat can help MedicJr. and
Yeah,
sort that
yeah.
out.
Someone help this poor guy out.
Yeah. Let's focus on the stream on other
But,
stuff. not
yeah.
the,
I would say anything that starts the connection over, whether it's, just
Alright, let's move him out.
reboot,
Let's move
reconnect,
the rest
everything.
out of this
Well,
stream.
we still need Nuke to join voice. He is in the process of that. I just sent him an invite.
Okay, I moved the two players that were not be playing out for now.
Yeah.
Let's just do it just us, and we'll get Nuke.
But yeah.
We haven't heard from Nuke. He's been.
No, we just did. We just
what
did.
I mean is, he has not. He skipped the last season. but
Oh,
was
yeah, he did.
available.
And then he
joined us
returned.
a couple of seasons ago. So we'll see what he's been up to
Mhm.
when he hops on.
Anyway, I'm just, you talk about color commentary. I'm just going to keep talking because honestly, copyright fights are something that fascinates me for some reason. I'm really big on Mystery Science Theater 3000, where they keep having to renew rights to the movies that they've used, things like that. And, like StarCraft itself, you want a really fun trivia fact? Have you ever noticed that they always capitalize the C? And that is, they do. They do not do that in Warcraft. And the reason they do that is there's both a boating company and a camper company that call their company as StarCraft. There's StarCraft Marine, there's StarCraft, I forget what the camping one is called with its full name, but yeah, they put that in there just because of some little concerns about some branding disputes. Alright, so yeah, bring that up at your next party. Hello, Nuke. Can you hear me alright, man? Speak to me.
Yes, hello.
Okay, alright. So, yeah, we're trying to round everyone up. MedicJr is having camera issues, which I don't know whether this struggle has been more entertaining or less entertaining than watching StarCraft matches. The chat will say that. But, yeah. We've got you in here now, so yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to?
Not as much StarCraft as I would have liked, so this will be interesting. I haven't played too many games with the new patch, but I'm here. We're gonna see how it goes. You know, I'm ready to experiment.
Hey Nuke, what have you been up to during the break for you? You didn't play last season, but you're back now.
Yeah, I got into a lot more League, so I've been playing that a lot. But I think the pendulum is sort of swinging back a little bit the other way. You know, there's only so much League of Legends I think one can play before.
How many workers do they start with right now?
I think you just get to control one. It's so simple.
Oh wow!
I know.
All right, Blizzard, if you're listening, you really want to bring some players back. Patch us so we have a one-worker start.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
Oh, that's what I'm here for, man. I am the idea guy. All right. So, yeah. Apparently, one of MedicJr's issues is some sort of compatibility thing with a 4K camera, despite it working before. I'm asking if you can just go on smartphone. But I'm going to have to step away from that, because we need to actually play some games here. And I think it has been... I'm playing Zerg. I've committed to Zerg for the season. It originally was kind of the gimmick for Special Tactics, despite the whole term Special Tactics being named after a Protoss strategy. But hey.
Alright, well,
yep.
Let's get this going. You guys have your map picks? BeanTheBard cast?
I know what mine is, Nuke. Do you want to pick what your map will be in the second match, or do you want me?
You guys can surprise me. I am.
All right, I am happy to surprise you, man. All right, let's see. I have to minimize here. We are going to go into separate chats. Someone else wants to hop into voice with MedicJr and do some troubleshooting. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. See you on the battlefield.
Alright.
Alright, just you and me. Let's sort this out. You know about TVZ pretty well. What are your thoughts on that with this new patch?
I am bad at TVZ, and it was better at the beginning of this patch, but it seems to have pretty much evened out, I would say. Obviously, Zerg have more larvae, so that's they're more of a threat there, maybe a little more swarmy, which I think the Terran hate generally, but it's still a tough matchup, I'd say, for me.
Got it. So, let's see. Let me make sure to type them. You're on there right now. I'm setting up the name. So we have a new scoreboard situation here. We'll be adding that. That'll be on display. That'll override what we had before, because you know, we want the team names on these now, if you notice, right? Because it's hard to say when you're watching, right? You can't tell, who's on what team, right? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big change that we have here. Additionally, we have the colors and all that. And what colors are we picking here? I'm going to set it up for you. HyperTurtle, what color is that? I'm not super good with the colors. What do you think that color is?
That is a sky blue, a teal, and a red. Sorry, HyperTurtle is a red.
Oh, he's a
and
red.
The Nuke,
okay.
Yeah.
Nuke is a blue.
Are you colorblind?
A little bit, but you know, I can't tell the cyan versus this versus that, right? That's the issue. So, all right, we're getting it ready.
You are watching FSL.
Okay, let's do the intros. You can start for us.
Okay, in the top right, are we doing the things?
Yes.
We have HyperTurtle as the red Zerg for Team Special Tactics. And in the bottom left, we have Nuke as the teal Terran for Team PSIOP. My team.
That's
no
right.
bias.
And by the way, the intros, and we'll take care of the name and the team. We'll play the graphics.
Yeah, I didn't know how to like.
No problem. You can just say, hey, this. But anyway, that's your first time. Welcome. awesome.
Thank
You're gonna
you.
be casting with me. TVZ is a lot of fun. I play Zerg, that's my main, but on FSL I'm playing Terran, so some of the nuances in there you and I can kind of debate. I don't think this works or this works. What do you think about all this? Look at this guy.
Alright.
Hatch first.
Hatch first has generally been what I've been doing. Pretty standard as an opening.
Pretty standard. And it's risky because there's a lot. It feels like there's a lot of cheeses going on.
It's true.
Right?
The Reapers are coming across the map quite quickly these days.
Yeah, you're not used to it. Especially for Zerg, too, you can do a lot of crazy 10 pool, 8 pool, but that's super crazy. We were getting used to the 12 pool situation, but now there's like an 8 pool, which is nuts. I don't know.
8 pool, I cannot imagine running an 8 pool.
Yeah,
but
it's insane. With the change from 12 to 8 workers, you are much more committed with that kind of early cheese. So it's a little bit of a coin flip. So you have to scout. If you don't scout, you may die to it because you don't know how early it comes. It's surprisingly fast. But then again, if you do that, you do an 8 pool, you don't have all these workers, you better do damage. It's very all in, right?
yeah. Reaper. Speak of the Reaper. Here he comes, no queens are out. HyperTurtle defending with some lings. Nice micro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to be good at micro when you play Terran. With Zerg, it's what? Good at macro? I mean, if you can...
No, I mean, HyperTurtle was microing his damaged lings to the back.
Oh, yeah, that's good too then. Generally, with Zerg, you kind of have to think about your macro a lot more. Because I guess units are somewhat expendable. What do you think?
True. Yeah, of course. But those first 4 lings, I don't know. New Corpse will deny HyperTurtle's 3rd with his Reaper.
Oh!
Or no, he won't! HyperTurtle gets it down anyways.
Yeah, he wasn't paying attention and he could have blocked it, but now he's dealing with 6 lings. And he bombs himself. So, I'll tell you about Nuke. Nuke is a pretty good player. He's a diamond level player. He's been out for a while. I don't know how much games he's played in the new patch. And also, he hasn't played in a stream in a while, right? So maybe there's some nerves in there.
Yeah, he said he hasn't really played the new patch at all, I think, yet. But,
Oh, it's just responding to this rush here. He's not going to pull back. He's going to fight this.
oh, HyperTurtle backs up.
Yeah, I think he could have killed all of them.
And now Nuke's tank is out, and we...
Save him. HyperTurtle, all these lings on ult that you could have used to really force the issue, but he was very conservative about it. He wants to get that third base drone, I suppose, right? He is droning now. What's your plan? If you're Zerg in this one, what are you trying to do?
That's not a question that you want to ask me, but I would probably go Muta. There's not a lot of Marines out yet. I'm hoping for a
So you like Muta Rush, huh?
early Muta. Yeah, it's something I've been working on recently. To varying degrees of success.
Yeah. It's very risky, at least in the games I've played, to jump into Mutas. So if you do catch them, it's so good. You kill so many workers, Raz. They're trying to play catch up, and then it lets you back.
When it works, it works.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So Sunny on the chat says you like to do burrow roaches.
I would burrow roach, please, Sonny.
Does he know your style? I guess he's a Terran, so you guys play.
Sonny and I have played a lot of games.
I see.
Because we both play in Fight Night with Craig the Shoe Shiner. But mean, I have Broad Roach on occasion. That's also quite a fun strategy. But you can't do both because if you put the mutas out, they're gonna get those pesky turrets up.
Yeah.
Broad Roaches are no longer effective.
Well, he's going roaches, so right up your alley, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good move as well against the tanks and the marines.
Look at how he's making 3rd and 4th command center in base nuke. I think he's doing this because he finds, oh, I wasn't able to spend all my money this fast. I'm kind of rusty, so he's like, I will make a 2nd command center in addition to my 1st command center that I'm building. So he's got 2 in queue. Very greedy, right?
Yeah, very greedy.
He also has a lot
HyperTurtle's
more
gonna find
workers.
himself
Look at this,
behind.
41 to 41. He's gonna do a push with tanks, or he's just gonna establish the base. I think he's just gonna establish the base. Make sure he's safe. Now looking at the upgrades on this guy, HyperTurtle's doing well. He got a +1 already. Going for +1 on melee next. +1 on range. Nuke, a little behind on upgrades. He has two. Yeah, he has 2 engineering base, but he hasn't fired up the upgrades yet.
HyperTurtle not using a lot of lings, which I don't love. Really
Yeah,
wanna...
you mean?
Oh,
that
there
they're
we
just
go.
sitting? Oh,
Yeah. Goes after
this,
that
This is a big
turret.
He needs to protect these tanks.
Only gets 1 tank.
This has ended up well. And this is a bad fight for HyperTurtle. By Nuke, I thought he had to protect the tanks, but they ended up surviving.
HyperTurtle's lings got caught on the sensor tower a little bit.
Yeah, that was a bad spot to be fighting, I guess. So now, huge advantage for Terran. Minus the upgrades. He's still not upgrading.
Terran's so imba, you know?
Not in this patch according to so many players. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Nuke's heading across the map with some marines, some tanks, some medevacs.
Yeah, I have to turn with any
Yeah, it's not looking great. And he's flanking.
He has a wraparound.
Beautiful flank.
We didn't see the wraparound, but oh,
I think there's still too many marines.
probably they can fly off the Aegis at the same time. The Queens, which can tank some of the damage. They're not up front. But it is just enough to make him get out. Almost loses that medevac. Not bad defense after losing that base, but now he has to scramble and get a 4th base up because Terran is a 4th base.
You never want to see Terran up in a TVZ.
Yeah.
As the Z.
Yep.
As the Terran. Nuke's having a great time.
Yeah, Nuke's having fun. And he also fired up the upgrade that he really needs. He needs to keep up with the upgrades. HyperTurtle actually has the supply lead now. He also has the worker lead still. I don't know what happened. I think we might have missed some action with the links on the other side. Maybe let's take a look at the worker kill. Actually, no, only 3 worker kills this whole time, guys. An 11-minute game, only 3 workers have been killed total. Not a whole lot of worker harassment, I guess. No drops, no. Even the Reaper wasn't able to get anything done there. Zerg is focusing on Roach Hydra. Nuke knows that, so he needs to make more tanks. And he's actually upgrading the tank attack, the wrap-around attacks.
His 30 more army supply. Looks like he's massing for a move out.
Yeah, he's moving out now, and this may decide the game really at this stage. If one or the other has a great fight, I think they'll snowball into the win. But we shall see. I mean, he is taking advantage of the high ground again. Of course, he should. He's going to kill that base yet again. And let's see if HyperTurtle does. He's not doing the wraparound. He's going to go straight up. Okay, no, he's going to destroy the rock. You don't really want to approach Terran from one angle.
Banelings are targeted down.
Yeah.
It's tough not to crack
Tanks are
here.
on siege.
Oh, he's gonna catch him. Biles hitting.
So much to deal with. We really need to wrap around again. There he is. Try to spread. Well, the tanks are exposed, but where's he going? Okay, here he's going now. Here it is. Tanks are so far away. Oh, but he got backs off. I think that's it.
MGG is called. First game goes to Team PSIOP.
First game back, first win. What are your high-level thoughts on that game? I mean, it seemed pretty straightforward, right? Just the engagement.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like HyperTurtle wanted to get in early, but then he didn't really commit to it, so he was behind on macro, like, from that point on.
Alright, 3-2 lead for PSIOP Gaming. We got one more. It's best of twos for each of these matches, so HyperTurtle's looking to tie it up right here.
Let's see if he'll modify his build.
I think he has to modify his build. I mean, I think he had a decent start. He just, maybe it's the engagements. What do you think? He did have the
I just
upgrade
think
too.
he had all those lings that were just sitting around doing nothing for so long. That it hurts me to see that.
Yeah. You mean, you have to be active if you have links, right? You have to use them, you have to kind of poke around here or there, but that takes a lot of APM.
It does.
That's,
I mean, I've done it. I do it all the time.
yeah, it's very challenging to do all that inject, spread tree, blah blah blah. I mean, that's part of the whole APM challenge. So. All right, game 2, guys.
You are watching FSL.
HyperTurtle does not look happy about the result of that last game.
Not happy. Alright, you try the intros again. Let's do it.
Alright, in the top right, we have once again a
Playing 4.
HyperTurtle.
playing for
Special
And
Tactics.
in the bottom left as the teal Terran. We have
Nuke.
playing for
PSIOP.
Beautiful. Okay, 1-0 lead for Nuke.
personally, you know, totally unbiased, hoping that Nuke just crashes it this time again. But
Yeah.
or not again. It was a close last game.
Viewers probably want a tie. So we go to ace. So far it's been close, right? 3-2 total score for PSIOP.
Very even. matchup this week. We'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah. And for those in the chat that was worried about the patch, I mean, look, we have a Terran winning. Not always heard. There's so many levels to this. Just because you see Cyril dominating, that doesn't mean it translates to our casual level.
Yeah, definitely still possible for Terran to pull it out. I got beat by a lot of Terrans last night.
Yeah, you know, at our level we're losing because of things like, oh, we're not macroing, we're not scouting, we're not doing this, not doing that. Not necessarily one or two workers here and there. And every single time there's a patch, you know, everyone will not like it, something about it. And then when you start winning, you're like, oh, I like this. And then you start losing, oh, I hate this. And then that'll change as 1, 2, 3 weeks go by, and then you get settled. You're like, oh, this is how you're supposed to play. It's every single patch is like that for the last 16 years I've watched. I've played this. Every single patch, every single change, you know what is happening. So we just gonna
People
have
don't
to
like
deal with
change.
it, right?
I also was like, ugh, gotta learn new builds. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I just got this one down.
For sure, the one that a lot of people do not like having to learn. It takes a lot of time to kind of have to learn new builds, you know. And we kind of got settled with this 12 worker thing, right? The builds also got, now we go all the way back to the number of workers back as part of this story. That's been what, 10 years? 8? I don't really know. How long has that been? And yeah, I've played a few ladder games. I play random mostly, and I don't really have anything to what I like. It's all the same. I lose to the same stuff that I suck at, right? Just
Yeah.
Constant macroing. So I'm never gonna blame the patch until I fix my stuff. You know, I have my own issues to work on. That's more important than the patch, honestly. Oh, and it's unable to block this base again, but there is an escort of 4 links, so not that he can challenge it. He could have delayed it a little bit more, but Nuke's prioritizing stuff at home. He's not really necessarily microing the Reaper too much, because he has stuff to do, right, at home. He's continuously macroing at home, which you're supposed to do. Same thing with Zerg, right? That's how it is. Not if you're just kind of paying attention to one thing. At the lower levels, that's a huge issue, right? But as you move up to our levels, our top levels, they get much better. Later on, we'll see a nice ZVT matchup near the GM level, and that'll be DarkMenace and MedicJr. And you'll see that they're able to do multiple things at once. Oh, and cue that up. He has one more up there. The supplies are pretty close. What's your game plan here? If you're HyperTurtle, right? You know how you lost the last game. What would you do?
I'm macroing hard, coming out fully maxed.
Macro? Because you're right though. Nuke had 4 command centers. He's macroing hard. He has a worker release and everything, and then he made some really strong pushes with nice positioning, right? And if you don't engage those, you're kind of screwed as a Zerg. If you don't engage it properly, right? Because then they're in your base. They kill that base. They get the lead, and they keep pulling ahead, right? Although supply-wise, we saw HyperTurtle's supply was still pretty high despite all that, and he had the upgrade lead. So it must be the engagements too.
HyperTurtle's still about tied for workers.
Yeah, he has a lot of links here. Let's see, he's just kind of staying back with the links, not necessarily poking around with them. Not that he could do much, is because the Terran is pretty much buttoned up here, right? But even if you poke here or there and then you leave, it makes the Terran think, uh-oh, he's all over me, right? And they don't feel as comfortable being greedy or expanding or doing their builds, right? Any distraction is good. And yeah, the Reaper is looking around for any secret bases, I suppose, which is good.
They both have pretty good map vision. HyperTurtle's, I think, gonna try and contain. But Nuke's gonna move out.
Lings. Good point. There's lings at each spot, which means he can see, oh, is there a move out? Now that he saw that ling get killed, he's gonna check, is this moving?
Okay, there are no more lings at each spot.
Yeah, you may want to replace those, put them back so you see, because the one thing that'll kill you is when Terran gets in your face before you're ready, right? So you need to put in lings at key spots. His vision isn't really there anymore. I think he's not gonna replace it. He's thinking there's an attack. There isn't an attack just yet. Nuke is just chilling. He's got his third. He's not as greedy as the last one where he had 2 command centers building at the same time. The Reaper, constant harassment here for Nuke. Get one worker, but
oh.
He's
gotten 4 total? 4
and
kills.
He's still alive.
A hero
4.
Reaper.
Yeah. But I like how HyperTurtle's expanding here.
Got a lot of banelings. 1 baneling per marine.
Wow, he's morphing it so early in the back, right? Is he feeling an attack coming? Because, you know, here's the issue this time. Nuke has the upgrade, you know, going. He has the upgrade lead, so he got 1-1. Unlike last game where he didn't even start his upgrades, right? This deep, so... And then he makes 4 depots, even though he's nowhere near supply block, so he's a very mechanical player. He kind of knows, oh, I'm gonna need this, let's put this on. You know, me as a lower level Terran player, sometimes I get supply block and it drives me crazy to make 3 or 4, use the supply drop. So... not a lot of action here yet, right? They're just building up.
Nope. Everyone's macroing up.
Yeah.
HyperTurtle is slowly destroying all of the rocks on the map. With maximum movement.
He's going to Hive. He's going to get to Hive in this game. So we may see some Vipers.
Oh, we will get an engagement, an accidental engagement. HyperTurtle pulls back.
Yeah.
Scans, sees all the banelings, and lovely things waiting.
You don't want to get caught here. If you're the Terran, he is... oh, he's not siege. He might lose all this. Oh no. This may be the fight that HyperTurtle is looking for.
The baneling.
Yeah, he is. He's going to finish it off.
Wow.
Big wins. HyperTurtle with the revenge. That Reaper is still being annoying. He's not going to kill that hatchery, of course. But
that was
now
not a
Nuke
good fight for Nuke.
is on the back foot. Big fight
Nuke is
for...
proactively pulling his SCBs, has already given up on his third.
Yeah,
but HyperTurtle's not pushing.
He was exposed right in the middle of the map and he had a 360 surround.
Not pushing because HyperTurtle really wants those rocks. Got the rocks.
Yeah. And, oh man, this is really bad for... he only has 2 tanks on the field. They are in the defensive spot right now, so his base... he may lose his medevacs too if he doesn't watch it. Here comes a big attack. HyperTurtle is making an Ultralist den too, so this is looking really good for HyperTurtle. He's gonna scout with the link, sees there's nothing, and let's see how fast Nuke is. He's focusing on the command center. Medevacs. Oh, he backs off with the tank shot. It's funny how like 1 tank shot scares the heck out of you. You just run all the way back.
That's scary.
He got what he wanted done, right? We just killed the command center. And now Nuke is in big trouble. He's only on 2 command centers. He's making a 3rd. HyperTurtle is humming along. Although he only has 52 drones. And look at Nuke with 89 SCVs.
You switch those.
Did I switch it?
Yep.
Oh, I had it backwards. Okay, let me switch that. Yeah. So we have an overlay that
Got it.
off. So let me switch the overlay. That explains it. There you go.
Okay.
There it is. All right, we've been looking at it the wrong way. This is the first time we debuted this new overlay. You can see there is the race, the team names. We also can say best of 2. The old one you can't do a best of 2, or in the regular StarCraft 1. Okay, so HyperTurtle is in command for sure. He has all the money, all the upgrades, all the bases. How can you lose this game if you're HyperTurtle? What should you watch out for?
I don't know if HyperTurtle can lose this game at this point. It's
unlosable.
It's not.
Maybe tomorrow we'll have one.
Maybe throwing your queen in all by itself with no backup.
Yep.
Yeah, HyperTurtle's running on
this game. You have the creep spread. Yeah,
5 base. No harass.
Yeah.
Nukes. Trying to put his third
here,
back down.
I would do just some drop harassment here or there, just kind of.
You gotta do something.
Yeah, you can't do straight ahead attacks because he can just make more than you. And now there's an Ultralist or 2. I think we should.
Yeah.
What happened there?
3 tanks behind the wall.
Wow. He's also 3-3. Keep that in mind. The bio is 3-3, so he can mount a comeback. If he drops right now, he keeps him busy with multitasking. But right now, he's more worried about just being safe. That was a great fight. Do you think he's back in the game now? Until
yeah, maybe. I mean, with 3-3 as well. I think maybe Ultralists are a little bit of a problem, but maybe we have to go across the map.
Yeah, I think he needs to go and drop because he has the upgrade lead. Eventually, the Zerg will catch up on the upgrades. Right. And so he needs to get going. He's taking this safely. The power of the Terran is these drops, right? Not necessarily a tank push, but army-wise, they're the same size, and maybe he can just push. Nuke's gets spotted, so he's kind of
This is where you feint top, go bottom. You know,
feint top,
but he's gonna clear some creep instead. Meanwhile, HyperTurtle's gonna swarm down. Sieges up. Don't think it's gonna be enough. HyperTurtle is maxed.
He is in the middle again, though. And there's a lot of HyperTurtle being very careful. Oh no, here it comes. If he survives this, he will be in. Better lift up.
Yeah. That's too many Ultralists.
Kill that Viper. Yep, get the Viper when he's fly off.
I would love to see some libs or something from.
Time to switch to Liberator.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of damage here. He lifts up these command centers. On the big fight. Getting caught. Next fire. Don't let him in. That is a joke. The SCVs are still alive. The command centers are still alive. He has to lift them so he doesn't use them. And he might come back to see but he's not going to be able to lift them. Lift another one for sure, otherwise he's not lifting it. Oh, that's just... Those are super important. If he had lifted those, he would have been... location. Yes, he has a bank. He just has to lift the other command center.
He's mined out his main.
Yeah. HyperTurtle doing great. Look at this expansion.
Wow. Note to self: do not leave HyperTurtle alone.
Well, you didn't. Yeah, definitely don't want to leave any Zerg alone, right? Because you won't win a game if you leave the Zerg. They just macro, and it's a requirement to harass. I think Nuke was in a great spot, but he had 2 fights in the middle of the map where he got surrounded, and he lost both of them. And the fights at his base, he crushed them, right? Minus this last one, which he did crush, but he lost 2 command centers. HyperTurtle's maxed out. HyperTurtle takes another base. How many command centers? How many bases is that? He has 5 hatcheries. That would be the 6th hatchery. And of course, we know that Terran only has 2 command centers. Oh, he was going to do a drop. Wait. Okay, if you're HyperTurtle, I don't know, do you want to attack here? That is a lot of ultras though, and there's not a lot of marauders here. There are a lot of tanks.
Yeah, I think this is too much.
He's scared, but...
He's got his ultralist upgrades. You never want to attack in it. Ideally, your Terran just GZs out at this point, but oh!
Nuke does not like lifting his bases, does he? He's laughing, you can see on the camera. I think he might be. We'll have to ask him. Why he was laughing, he's like, oh, I lifted this. One fun fact with the Terran building, their building, something you can't lift. Oh, these Marines are so stingy. He's also got his medivacs away. He's fighting away from medivacs.
Yeah, just pure fireball.
Oh, I think this is gonna end it. He's too wide open. He's too stiff.
Yeah.
And he should get wiped out, and we should finally see it at the end of this very long game. And there it is. Well played, HyperTurtle. Okay, let's bring him back in here for a chit chat. And I'll be upgrading this one. He ties it up.
Yeah, let's see if...
Hey guys, we're back.
Hey. Yeah, and is MedicJr showing up on camera too?
And check. He's been distracting us all game. Yes, he is. Let's finish.
Well, he was sure distracting me. Yeah.
Phone, camera, pog.
Alright, let's talk about that game first before we move on to the other one. It'll be MedicJr.
How did I become a Zerg? What? The graph says I'm a Zerg.
Alright, we'll
yeah,
do
that
stuff
was...
later. Let's work on the game.
That was another problem, but we know you're Terran, okay, dude?
Okay,
right.
Yeah, let's
I don't know if I'm Terran now.
Okay, here. Just previous
I'm
match
just
first,
kidding.
next match
Alright,
next.
let's talk about our matches. We keep, we spent a lot of time on MedicJr. His game is coming. Let's finish up this other stuff. Nuke,
Alright.
HyperTurtle. Tell us about your games. Me, BeanTheBard, had fun watching it.
Yeah, it must have been a bit of a riot. I've been focusing almost entirely on just drone production. I think that paid off, but I think I was also tripping over my own feet a little bit as far as my tech and my army. I was trying to be a little bit too fancy. I was maybe, well, I mean, the positioning was good. Second game, I could tell that I must be way ahead in economy, so I basically just stopped worrying about stuff and just kept remaking units and adding more hatcheries.
Yeah, I knew that after I lost the engagement in the middle of the map, I was like, well, I haven't touched any of his bases. He's probably owning half the map right now. I just need to focus on maxing out and trying to survive the waves and get across, but I could just never get across the map.
Well, kudos to your marine control, man. Those guys were slippery.
I was trying. They're my only hope, but man, they were putting in work. I had to dodge a lot of banelings.
Yes, indeed. Any questions, or do we want to get the higher level match up next? I know we're running a little behind. All right, Nuke, welcome back. You definitely kept my heart rate going.
Yeah,
Fitbit here. On, and I love that Fitbit always gives me credit for when I'm playing a particularly stressful game of StarCraft. Take care, man.
Yeah, dude.
Well played, both of you.
All right, so Medic, how's that cell phone? Yep.
Hello.
All right, hello. Hey, there you are. All right.
Yeah.
See, we can't let that hair go to waste. That's good stuff. All right, DarkMenace in your dark room. I know we've talked to you guys plenty already. Neither of you chimed in on my history of copyright feuds related to the horror franchise Friday the 13th, so I'm assuming you're pretty much set to go.
Yes.
We're currently tied, although I believe PSIOP Gaming is actually going to get an extra couple points because we weren't able to get the match against Atlantic Magi set up, so... And then, yep, know where you stand. We're going to be starting on Lightshade. Second map will be Rainfall. And MedicJr, you said that your cell phone camera was really lousy quality. I can see it perfectly.
No, I just said the taping would be hard, and it is.
Oh, the taping. All right. Okay. Well, if it does end up falling over, just lean over your keyboard. All right, man.
All right.
Alrighty, thanks for playing along. KJ, we need you out of that game and into the next one. Bean, did you want to stick around and help cast this one too?
No, I could take a back seat.
Alright.
Don't mind. All you.
Alright, that should be everyone. I'm going to take into your chest. DarkMenace, your camera went down again. Alright, there we go. Alright.
I'm not the only one have a camera in the shoes. Let's go.
You never will be, but you definitely got a spotlight for a while, alright? Alright. Okay. So, like I said, starting with Lightshade, it's going to be very interesting because MedicJr has been just fighting his way through the MMR ranks. DarkMenace, well, hasn't been playing as much lately, but we've seen what he can do in the past. I'm very curious how he's going to be able to adjust to those little changes in the early game. I find that once you're at 17 drones, it's pretty much identical. It's just a question of at which point you put down each of the buildings before that. Ready whenever, GLHF. Learning StarCraft takes time, and when there's a patch, relearning it takes time. Alright, more ZVT. This is probably going to be a bit higher level than you saw from me. DarkMenace knows his game, and, I don't know, like riding a bicycle, he tends to be able to absorb anything his opponent throws at him and just grow immensely until he just overruns everything. Alright, the GLHFs go out. In the lower right, we have our pink Zerg, and he is
DarkMenace.
And he is representing, well, the same team I was. It is
Special Tactics.
His opponent in the upper left, the Terran in the red. He is
MedicJr.
And he is playing for the team of
PSIOP.
Right. I think this is the first season we've let MedicJr loose in one-on-one combat. We were evening things out previously in the 2v2s, but yeah, some of our guys, like DarkMenace, Atomic, they have been just blowing people away, so skill level just keeps going up. Now what we need is more, more bronze and silver players to join. That's what we really are after. Skill tends to go up, it does not tend to go down. Alright. And yep, just moving along as usual. DarkMenace kind of normalizing here. He's reached 17, so he should be putting down his gas in his pool very shortly. I believe DarkMenace tends to take his hatchery a little bit earlier than I do. And it will be a Reaper to start out with. Huh. Interestingly enough, also, for the second gas, this SCV won't be mining there. It's just queued to move away. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Well, Reaper is coming up. I don't think the timings have changed that much. Maybe the action starts like a minute later. But I do not expect DarkMenace to struggle too much, just keeping that Reaper in check. Oh, double Reaper, though. That, actually, I hadn't noticed. For some reason, I thought that was a second guess. Alright. So this could be a little bit more of a curveball for DarkMenace. He is going to be getting his queens and his Zerglings started in a moment. They raised the cost of the hatchery again, but they did not lower the cost of the queen. A lot of that has to do with the way the economy is being kind of delayed just a little bit. Alright, here we go. Grenade goes down. Manages to damage a couple... Oh man, look at how quick DarkMenace is to turn his drones into structures temporarily. Even getting a few spits in on that Reaper. Just the control there is magnificent. MedicJr isn't too shabby himself. That Reaper is eventually forced to retreat. No units lost, but a little bit of money spent on starting and then canceling. Third Reaper is coming, and there is a fourth in production. He is going to try to surprise DarkMenace by hitting him with a handful of these at once. The original Reaper is almost healed up. Queen gets bounced away, and we have Slowlings attempting to just drive these guys back. DarkMenace does take out one of them, and the other two are going to have to wait to heal, so the momentum has been slowed down. It is still going to be a while before Zergling Speed Metabolic Boost is complete. So DarkMenace is going to have to work with what he's got. Still, another queen. Couple more queens are going to be spawning. I don't think DarkMenace is going to get any major damage done here. Zerglings lie in wait, but as long as one Reaper is up top, the others get vision. And Zerglings are just getting cleaned up. The queens joining forces to make sure that they are kept from a distance. There is also a creep tumor on the ramp that is going to make movement a little bit more easily. DarkMenace is third, a little bit delayed by all this action, but not by long. MedicJr is preparing to float a CC over to the natural. Both of them throwing little jabs at each other, and neither really able to get anything decisive. But yeah, we've had a couple of Reapers go down now. DarkMenace just making sure that the remaining ones don't get too much vision and don't hurt their workers and Zerglings too much. Speaking of Zerglings, these now fast Zerglings are making their way to the natural as the queens tiptoe to the third. Alright, Zerglings in the natural and MedicJr. He does have units ready, but DarkMenace able to get his things up close. Able to do some damage, but they do not last long. He knows more or less that he's dealing with the early Marine focus and the starport being shifted over to get the medevacs going. Stim, 3/4 of the way done, and Roach Warren just completed for DarkMenace. I believe that's going to be just in case he ends up seeing a handful of Hellions. 2 medevacs in production. We will see whether those are going to be for the basic healing or whether MedicJr is getting ready for a drop. There are Spore Crawlers that are close to completing right now, and here come the Zerglings. They want to finish those Reapers off once and for all. Excellent use of that choke point and that side blocker, but DarkMenace managing to get this around on one after another. No more Reapers in this game, and DarkMenace just taking a peek with one sacrificial Zergling to get a better idea of what he's up against. He has not seen any Hellions so far, so he is adding a Baneling Nest and moving on to Lair. Lair over halfway done. And here we go. There's the answer to my earlier question. We have a double medevac drop coming in, filled with Marines. The Marines have stim. They do not have combat shields. Their damage output is going to be good, but their staying power might be limited. Those medevacs are going to help, though. And yep, revealing themselves to those creep tumors as they move ahead. DarkMenace getting ready and making sure that he times this correctly as the Marines move forward and the Queens join in. This is a lot of DPS, and if they can focus Queens down faster than it can be transfused, this could end the game just like that. DarkMenace is going to have to group his Lings up. Some of them were already jumping the gun and moving in there, and I think this third is not going to be long for here. Lings joining with the drones to clean up. Once again, these Marines did not have combat shields, and the medevacs have run out of energy, so the third has been saved. However, DarkMenace currently left with no Queens, nothing but Zerglings. He can change some of them into Banes, and MedicJr is not going to give him a respite here. He is moving in with another, a 2 medevac drop. However, this time, neither of them full. Combat Shields has only just gotten started, but +1 attack for infantry is about 3/4 of the way done. Here we go. Zerglings pouncing on the Marines. MedicJr stutter stepping for everything he's worth as he gets into a nice little choke point to heal from. These medevacs still do have some health left. DarkMenace just taking turns with his roaches, absorbing that firepower. MedicJr is going to drop the remaining Marines, heal them up, and this is just going to be non-stop. He is making sure that while the threat of these 2 medevacs and their remaining Marines are still there, that he can do another drop on the third. Combat shields getting closer and closer to completion, and it will have +1. DarkMenace has Ling speed and Bane speed, but other than that, his upgrades are going to be falling behind here. DarkMenace does very much have the supply advantage, though, both in economy oh boy, and in units. Alright. Roaches down to Ravager were there before, and these Marines, they're just going to stand on the ledge, attack the workers from high ground. As this round goes in again, excellent corrosive bile, but there's only so much damage one of them can do. And the attention just being divided for both of them. Meanwhile, MedicJr, yeah, he just had some Marines that were just standing there. They did not take the offensive, but with that attention that he's forcing his opponent to split, he was able to get a few more worker kills. Right now, what DarkMenace is really lacking is anti-air. So far, he still does not have a Hydralisk Den or a Spire, so in a lot of these cases, except when the Queens can get close enough, he's going to have to kind of wait a little bit on those on dealing with those medevacs, I mean. Still, DarkMenace on 4 bases, where MedicJr is just on 2. Spire has been started, and DarkMenace doing an excellent job making sure he knows where his opponent is approaching from. You saw this a bit in my games. You very much want to know which direction to attack from to try to get the tanks out of the equation. One Queen goes down very quickly. This is quite a few Marines attacking that 4th base as DarkMenace is forced to reposition and come in. Again, he is just finding himself lacking in firepower here. Those Stim Marines and Marauders just adding so much damage. And just going in, backing off, going in, backing off, healing up. And just again, DarkMenace able to use surprisingly good use of those biles. And again, MedicJr is backing off, at least for the moment, as his units are healed up. DarkMenace does have a base that's nearing completion in the 6 o'clock position. And so much of this is just the first few moments of these engagements. Who does the damage first, where the position is, whether DarkMenace can get us around and keep his opponent from stutter-stepping away. Here we go. Going ahead again, and the medevac's loading up and retreating. I'm very curious whether MedicJr is using that new command to just pick up a bunch of nearby units. Banelings approach, but the medevacs can see them. And DarkMenace, this is what DarkMenace excels at right here, in just surviving the aggression of his opponent and taking all these expansions. Even if MedicJr cleans these up, he's got plenty to spare. In general, just very much lacking enough damage in each location as MedicJr is able to stem and stutter away. Yep, good opportunity here. Why not get a cancellation on this base? Oh, base actually does complete. Again, just DarkMenace. There's so many situations here where it looks like he's going to end up having to deal with a lot more damage than he ends up taking. MedicJr never once taken his foot off the gas, though. He is taking his third, and there are unfortunately a handful of SCVs and army units that are stuck behind a closed depot there. That is going to be a huge saving grace for his opponent. The fact that not all of his army and workers are being used at once. And they are moving out. He does notice that. And another hatchery does get sniped. Some good Baneling hits. But DarkMenace, he's at Hive Tech right now. And I mean, despite it all, I mean, they love to say how roaches are a little bit deceptive as far as the amount of supply they take. But throughout all of this, no matter the damage, DarkMenace still keeping a bit of a supply lead. He's adding some Corruptors to the army, and attack speed being added for his Zerglings, about 3/4 of the way fixed. In the end, though, I mean, big thing going here is just the upgrade league. That's what MedicJr has going. +1, +2 for infantry, along with +1 for mech. Whereas DarkMenace only has +1 melee right now. Alright, now is where the biles are really going to start coming into play. Does a great job just getting on top of those tanks, taking them out. A hatchery does fall, but it's like whack-a-mole hatcheries. And during all of this, he's getting some damage done in his opponent's natural with Banelings. Throughout all of this, DarkMenace is multitasking, able to keep him in a lead, although, to be honest, MedicJr, after those Banelings detonated and other units were killed, there is getting to be a bit of a supply lead as far as the army count goes. And even those units, and even those Corruptors being forced away from the 3 o'clock position, this could very easily snowball if DarkMenace isn't able to replace his army. And that's one of the things. Sometimes you have to wait to get a good ball of Zerglings and everything going before you attack again. Corruptors are paying off, just gradually taking out some of that healing. Oh, DarkMenace GG's out. MedicJr's non-stop aggression ends up little by little chopping down the tree and taking in the win. PSIOP Gaming now ahead 5-4.
Well,
very impressive showing from both. MedicJr giving us a great demonstration of what he's capable of.
Yeah, let me give you a summary on that one. MedicJr was doing a 2-base all-in. He did a lot of damage. DarkMenace did pretty well coming back. However, he didn't remake the queens for a while, so he had to deal with that. But his macro was so good. He actually had the advantage of coming back if he was able to kill that final force, because he got MedicJr down to just 40 workers. and he just kind of didn't attack properly twice, right? One was, in line, just kind of the first big attack, he just kind of sent the wings, and they died rather than moving them up. And then the second final fight, he just didn't have enough. But that was an
Exactly.
amazing game.
I think in so many points, MedicJr was just able to engage a portion of DarkMenace's army.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times where DarkMenace's full army was not in the same place at the same time.
Yep. And the
Alright.
big one there too was just like the amazing macro and multitasking they're doing. MedicJr had a plan to really all in off of 2 base, and I don't know if DarkMenace was able to identify that because he did drop multiple hatcheries there, right, in the face of all this, rather than say, you know what, let me just focus on all attack units, right? So, but anyway, either way, it was an amazing match. Let's see if DarkMenace can tie it up now that he knows, hey, listen, you may need to watch out for these.
Okay, so
2-base
KJ, for some reason you're not in lobby. Let me add you again. Yeah, it seemed like it dropped you, even though you're still in party. Yep, and weird is how DarkMenace is describing the patch too. Alright, we are going to get right into it.
Yeah, probably the worst
MedicJr.
Practice again when the patch changes.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just that early game. I mean, I hope he knows he can abduct tanks with Vipers again.
Indeed. Here goes.
Alright.
Watching FSL.
And has anyone told him that you now don't need multiple neurals in order to build a command center with an infested SCV? Alright, in the lower right, we have the pink Zerg. He is
DarkMenace.
and he represents the team of
PSIOP.
his opponent. Up one map, the Terran in the red. He is
MedicJr.
and he is playing for the team
PSIOP.
So HyperTurtle, this is a clash between number 1 and number 2 or 3. If MedicJr goes 2 here, he'll definitely jump up to number 1 in rankings.
He may very well be the guy to beat going forward. We will see. I would also love to see him go up against some of our other top players. Reaper will be in there like 3 years. I think I think that's just him commentating on the lower starting worker count. I can wait. That is a good response.
Yeah, but his Reaper got there pretty early because DarkMenace had to morph so many things to protect the drill. So, what is common is every Terran player is not happy, right? Everyone. I mean, they're kind of vocal in general on any patch, right? From the beginning of time. So.
Yeah, it was interesting because Terran had the least that got changed with them. One way or the other. I mean, yet another ghost change, and I can't even keep track of what tags the ghost has now, and what kinds of units it does bonus damage against with its normal attack or with a snipe. Yeah. But yeah, it's mostly... Terrans are used to ghosts being changed around every single patch.
Yeah. Well, ghosts is hard.
Bring back 12 workers!
Yeah, every single one of the Terrans I know, they're just super vocal. I mean, more than usual.
Yeah.
Right? I play random, so I don't have no allegiance anymore.
Yeah, you and me both.
But it's just a common theme I notice.
I've been playing more Zerg lately because I am closest to the next portrait as them.
Yeah.
Really want that Ultralisk, and then, eventually, who knows when, but eventually I really want to show off that Queen of Blades portrait to my wife. She's a big Kerrigan fan. Alright, here we go. Just a single Reaper this time. He is not gonna try to keep his opponent going with multiple ones. The trick with those Reaper rushes, it is so much about retaining each of your Reapers, backing away, letting them heal, returning with 1 or 2 more. But yep, right now, just being used for a little bit of harassment, a little bit of intel. And also this time, MedicJr taking his natural right away. He is going to Factory next. Ooh, and Ghost Academy. Speaking of what got changed for Terran, this is going to be very, very interesting. I would like to see exactly what he wants to do with them. Like I said, I can't keep track. I know that one of the biggest changes is that Snipe or Steady Shot has been called for a very long time now. Can't be interrupted just by taking damage on the Ghost. It can only be interrupted, when the target dies or if the unit, I believe, goes out of view. All right, but yes, I would like to know. He might have been practicing this with one of the Ladder Legends coaches, but there are some surprises you can do, and early Ghost aggression is something a lot of people don't take into account. We're going to see whether it's going to be just kind of basic cloak stuff, or whether he's planning to try to even sneak a nuke in. Either way, he's going to need cloak, though. Okay, alright, here we go. Multiple different units going on the offensive here. Right now, their army supply very close. Now, the Reapers and the Hellions, those are to provide the mobility. But he is being joined with a couple of Marines, one Ghost. I'm guessing the Ghost, in this case, is just going to be used to steady shot one of the Queens. Yep, takes it right out of the equation, just like that. So that was what the Ghost was there for. And I mean, in the meantime, the Ghost does still have an attack. DarkMenace. He's cleaned up a lot of the units so far, but there's more to come. Alternating his Queens around. And yep, MedicJr just getting what he can, going after one Overlord. DarkMenace not supply blocked, though, and he does have a quartet of Queens on the defense. Another Ghost is being created, along with a couple of Hellions and Stim. This is a very interesting opening here. MedicJr's natural is almost walled off, still a bit of a gap there. And yeah, again, just takes out a Queen. Not only does that affect the defense here, that's a Queen that's not going to be available to inject larva. There's just multiple disadvantages to not having as many Queens as you want, but 3 isn't too bad, 1 for each base. And right now, DarkMenace just spreading Zerglings out, checking to see where his opponent might have expanded to, seeing what might be the follow-up to this. And the wall is being completed now, as far as the supply depots. DarkMenace already taken a 4th. Again, MedicJr did a pretty good job just causing some serious delays early on, but I don't think DarkMenace has taken as much. He's not delayed as much as the previous match. So the big important thing is just seeing what MedicJr is going to be following up with. I'm assuming, especially based on the upgrades, it's going to be similar Marine Marauder Medevac, just like we saw before. And here come the Hellions going after the drones. Manages to roast one of them, and then they fall back. And DarkMenace, despite some of those Queen snipes, has a good amount of creep out too, where he can create a highway on multiple directions. There's 2 Ghosts in play right now, and that might be what he stays at for the moment. And MedicJr just making full use of those Hellions, doing a little bit of mopping up creep, and then sending them straight into the natural workers. 3 drones have gone down, 5, 6. Okay, sacrifices some Hellions, but definitely gets some economic damage in. Siege Shanks are being added.
Hey,
DarkMenace is halfway to lair. Yes.
One thing I noticed that he's not an F2 player because he had these other links that didn't join that fight. So, instead he used the drones.
Neither of them are F2 players. Like the last match I was even noticing, there were a couple of Marines that were just sitting there at the other base, although... And then also, when he had that unfortunately supply depot that was still raised, the army units weren't really moving beyond their rally point, but the SCVs were trying to. So yeah, this has been another episode of How to Identify an F2 Player. Basically, everything you were seeing me do in the previous match that you're not seeing DarkMenace do in this match. Because I could definitely have benefited from splitting up my armies and making them come from 2 directions. That is a very useful strategy against siege tanks, and pretty much any aggression you have to deal with when you're defending a Zerg.
Yeah, at this higher level, it's probably better not to be doing F2 all the time.
Right. There are times for it, especially if you want to try to find and select all of one type of unit right after that. But here we go. Here comes the aggression. 2 siege tanks, 2 ghosts, medevacs, and a good number of marines. We will see how prepared DarkMenace is for that. He is a little bit behind in the army supply count. And one of the big things, centrifugal hooks. The Banlian speed upgrade has not completed yet. It still has about 25% of a way to go. Alright, going after the siege tanks as the rest of the army and the Queens advance. He has to make sure that those Banlians hit the Marines, but the Marines too fast for them to catch up off creep. A lot of the army eliminated here, and these ghosts, along with the stemmed Marines, could erase multiple Queens in a row. But here come the reinforcements. DarkMenace is going to try to get us around in there, getting the damage in there. In the meantime, that's a lot of attacks that are being absorbed. Oh, excellent. He does get a Bane hit, not necessarily the most efficient one, but one that was much needed. MedicJr wasting no time, dropping into the main where there are multiple extra match pro hatcheries. And again, much like last match, we are seeing these times where MedicJr just isn't having to deal with all of DarkMenace's troops at once. This time DarkMenace does group up, moving them in, and he has Corruptors to do their best to chase these medevacs off. The medevacs are very low on energy at the moment as well. Or Corruptors just hovering over this hatchery saying, "And don't you come back." Now this gives DarkMenace a moment to try a little bit of Ling harassment himself, but there is a lot of Terran on their way over. We will see if they turn around. I see that MedicJr is doing his scans. Here we go. Those Zerglings might be needed back home. That's the issue. Just such a powerful bio ball every time we see MedicJr moving out. And those siege tanks doing their best to snipe the Banelians before they can get close to the Marines. Here we go. I think the Corruptors are going to be a big difference maker compared to last game. Just being able to prevent those medevacs from healing, prevent them from lifting up and evacuating anything. We have more Marines coming, but this time DarkMenace has some pretty good numbers. DarkMenace right now, 138 supply to 85. Such a more comfortable setup. And again, MedicJr's worst enemies have been his own supply depots in this series. Very easy to forget whether the garage was open or closed. He does move them out. Some Lings just picking off some more workers. DarkMenace in a very comfortable spot here where he can build up. And this time, he is about to get an upgrade lead as well, with 2-2 for Lings, just about to finish. Very damaged Corruptors that could use some transfusing. But there is a lot of creep on DarkMenace's side of the map, a lot of hatcheries. He can replenish army very quickly, especially, as people like to point out in this patch, Larva does spawn a little bit more quickly on its own. That whole change does not affect how quickly spawn larva pops out, but just generally. Also, let me make sure people understand. The normal larva spawning does still end at 3, so if you're not using them as those larvas pop out, you're not getting advantage to that patch change. Just Lings and Banelings just taking care of everything. Even with MedicJr able to fall back, he is able to hop in with those medevacs, and the Corruptors were going the opposite direction, so he does not clean up those medevacs yet, and it looks like he would prefer, for the most part, to just attack his opponent, along with a few Lings that are just coming in. Okay, here come more. But I think, finally, after all these engagements, it is time for MedicJr to have to defend. And there we go, DarkMenace evens things out. The king is still here. Alright, 2 fantastic matches from 2 of our top players. Those were just amazing engagements all around. MedicJr, your non-stop aggression was ruthless. Yes, and I want to ask straight off. So, adding the ghost to that early aggression, when did that get added to your toolkit?
When the ghost was 20v20 was 20 plus 20.
Yep.
Or it was 10 plus 10 versus light, and now it's 10 plus 5 versus light, so 15. Or no, it's just 15 instead of 20. So it got nerfed, sadly. So it's not that good, but I was on creep, so that's kind of my fault for losing those students.
Well, I mean, you sniped some queens. They did their job. I think
they should do way more.
Okay, I stand corrected. I think both those games, I think one of the things that stood out to me, the supply depot is occasionally working against you. Just ending up with the classic Terran dilemma of the garage door not being open.
Oh yeah, I should have been pushing the third. That's why I lost.
Yeah, it's difficult stuff. DarkMenace, how's you said that the new patch is crazy. How's it treating you so far in your first 2 games on that patch?
Well, the beginning is a lot slower, which is very weird.
Yeah.
I have like no feeling for any timings anymore. But I mean, I don't really need the extra time in the beginning.
Oh, all right then.
I don't cheese at all either, so it's just like whatever.
Yeah, it's when to put down that first hatchery at the natural. That's still getting me a little bit with a drone that's just kind of sitting there. But yeah, I know MedicJr, I know your phone's dying, so just excellent show from both. We are still tied up, so we're going to be going to the next match.
Jeez.
Just kind of okay, and we need there's BeanTheBard. I know your phone's dying, so just excellent show from both.
Talking to me?
All right, and Sergeant, I think you might have us on speaker.
Yep. I had the stream going.
Okay, how you liking it so far?
Oh man, I the other day was at 2,500, and I am at 2,900 plat 1.
Oh my god!
Okay. Welcome to the party. And then, Bean, we need you on camera again, too.
I am still in there.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Well, it might be that KJ has to turn you in.
Well, that's scary to hear, Sergeant.
I have been getting some very good coaching from Ladder Legends and Ladder University. They both have been very, very helpful.
Yeah, and I see you've got the Queen of Blades portrait. I was just talking about how it's taking me way too long to get that.
I was so excited with that 1,000 wins. I got that this morning. I work nights, so I stay up a little bit later and to make sure I can still work on the...
Yeah, fair enough. Well, this is going to be the last match of the series. One thing is that we weren't able to bring our opponent for Lennox Magi, so it's tactically PSIOP Gaming 7-5. So, you know, if Sergeant, if you can tie this up, then we are going to be going to an ace match.
Well, I've got high hopes. All
right.
I'm terrified. Let's do this.
Hey, terror is what Surge is all about.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I saw someone else's name. Cool. Well, good luck, ma'am. You have a good one.
Good luck to you as well.
Alrighty. Alright, getting everyone in. KJ, go ahead and join the lobby. This is going to be especially interesting. We've only seen a couple maps from BeanTheBard. SgtABC, we've seen plenty from him, but apparently he's really stepped up recently. So I would like to see what that shows.
So is this another TVZ? Oh, it's a ZVZ.
No, this is ZVZ as it should be.
ZVZ, okay. But the TVZ was really good, the last one.
Yep.
We knew it was going to be good. It was much anticipated, and now...
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had multiple skill levels now where the TVZs have been breaking even. And here we are, and it's
You are watching
the new map, and yeah, the layout a little bit more odd. Not symmetrical when it comes to the, I mean, it's diagonally symmetrical anyway. In the lower right, we have our red Zerg, she is. And she represents the team of
BeanTheBard, PSIOP,
and her opponent, the Zerg, in the yellow, going up in achievements, going up in ranks, he is
SgtABC.
And he is representing the team
Special Tactics.
Alright.
This is a big test for both of them. Because...
It is indeed.
I'll tell you why. BeanTheBard had a very impressive showing, so we feel like we had put her in a much lower league than she belongs. So she moved up quite a bit of spots. Additionally, SgtABC has improved quite a bit too in the last 2 seasons. He's moved up, so is he at this level and is she at this level? We'll find out.
Exactly. This is one of those matchups where it may be followed by some ranking changes on our own charts. And yeah,
maybe you can explain how our rankings work, because sometimes mismatches will happen. That's the nature.
Yeah, they do. We've gotten better about that because we've divided it up into a lot more ranks, and we've also become a lot more flexible, shifting people up and down.
Yeah, you can change.
But a lot of it, there's definitely some influence on their MMR level, but the main thing we take once they have been in here for a bit is just how they have been comparing to other people who have been a little bit higher or a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And SgtABC went spawning pool and gas before hatch, so there might be a specific Ladder Legends recipe that he's going to be going for here.
Yeah, he gets coaching, and it really just depends on his coaching style, whoever's coaching him, right?
Indeed. Yeah, he's been going through a lot of life changes, some of which have actually enabled a little bit more time to hang out and play. He's got a night job going now.
Yeah, but look at Bean hiding these. There.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say this
tell,
is
though, if you're the opponent, you see, there's no base. You're doing something super aggressive. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there aren't a bunch of lings, then there's a base hidden somewhere. And here we go. These lings still have to pass underneath that Overlord if they're going to go on the offensive.
She's gonna show it anyway, so I'm kind of surprised.
Yep. Yeah, I've got to look into some of the logic. There are these weird little slots in every direction coming from the main, and like how that figures into hiding things, how that figures into position buildings, especially how it figures into like how Liberators play on this map.
She's
and here we go.
Though. So if SgtABC does not lose too much more than just the hatchery.
Alright, speed just completed. And Sergeant does have a Baneling nest a little ways through him.
If I'm Sergeant,
and apologies, I was getting them a little mixed up before. Here we go, they get up the ramp. BeanTheBard circling, getting on top of the Queens. SgtABC just pulling those workers.
Good pull. Like, he just has to hold the ramp here.
It's the whole composition of this is going to change in just a moment as those Banelings get morphed. She is seeing if she can. Yeah. All right, here come the drones. Everything, Queens, drones, and lings being sent to defend that natural. No Banelings were morphed. I think that would have been the biggest vulnerability, but SgtABC is still alive.
Yeah, I think he forgot that he can make Banelings. But this is an impressive defense.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I keep getting them mixed up. Maybe because I mixed up ketchup and mustard. Alright. Yeah, I think
is that what color?
SgtABC is yellow and BeanTheBard is red.
I see. Guess what? Our new score, we can account for that now too. Let me adjust that.
Oh, awesome. Alright. And the chase is on. Right now, SgtABC with a little bit of an army lead on top of a little bit of a worker lead. So the big thing is going to be how BeanTheBard transitions out of this. She is adding a Roach Warren, which I think is a pretty good call, as long as she can hold off long enough for that to be completed. These queens are going to have to, you know, just block the ramp. I don't think there's another option. The hatchery does complete. Those two queens still just a little bit out of range. Advancing very cautiously. Here come the reinforcements, but it is too late. SgtABC now about 16 ahead in supply. And yeah, again, until that Roach Warren has completed, but BeanTheBard is going to have to get some actual roaches out to benefit from that, and she is running very low on economy right now. Meanwhile, SgtABC just taking a lot more gas, probably getting ready to transition to a Roach Warren himself. We will see. And yeah, I don't know if it's even going to go that far with these Banelings coming in. Oh. Just the army is nullifying each other. And then, yeah, this one very damaged Zergling still left to pick off. At the moment, though, SgtABC has the natural, is mining from it. That is just a very serious edge to have on this.
I gotta say, I'm impressed with SgtABC's improvement. He's made some great decisions. He's definitely the P platinum level player now that he is.
Yeah. I think he's on top of the coach, and I think he's just had a lot more time to play when he's been, you know, getting home when his family's still asleep and such. You know, just to benefit that you not have these days. Yep. And BeanTheBard making sure that there isn't a third that she doesn't know about. Also making sure that if he tries to get it, that she's got some units ready to take the drone out.
Yeah, big advantage for ABC right now. Huge advantage.
Yes.
After defending that all-in. Right? That's why it's an all-in, so unless he throws.
Well, exactly. If both of you are using the same units, it becomes a numbers game. And right now, I mean, army supplies are about the same. That's because SgtABC is, you know, getting more of a tech lead, getting more of an economic lead. Carapace is nearing completion right now for him. SgtABC going on the offensive again, going after the natural. Roach is ready, so no economic damage at all being done just yet.
He has a Banelings, he's not morphing beams, man. He should probably do
no.
That. It's hard
and
to
a lot of
these lanes like this if you're outnumbered.
Right. Roaches, as much armor as they have, they are very slow to fire. And if the Zerglings get a surround on them, enough of them are attacking at once. That nullifies their armor advantage. Alright, here we go. Lings coming in, and now SgtABC advancing with Banelings and Roaches of his own. I think this might be all over. GG. Alright, SgtABC able to deal with that rush, and then just building more and more of a lead went on. Alright, final map will be Dynasty. And again, just need you to step out of the score results and into the lobby.
There's a lot more to do now because of the
there is.
Changes that we added. So
I love all the decorations they have behind them. I need to get rid of this. What I need to do is I need to get rid of this dresser and just replace it with a nice wooden shelf like they've got. Start piling up the collectibles that I've, you know, got sitting there in the basement.
So if BeanTheBard wins this, we'll need an ace match. I don't know if we've.
No, if BeanTheBard wins, then PSIOP Gaming takes it.
Oh, because it's
So
5-4?
Sergeant ABC wins again, yeah.
No, but Sergeant ABC is on special tactics. It's currently 5-4. Let's look at the score real quick, just to make sure.
Oh, sorry. Yep. We weren't able to do Fenrir versus
Oh, I
Lennox.
see. So Sergeant ABC needs to win. So
Yeah.
it's a forfeit.
Right.
You're saying.
Yes, there was a double forfeit.
Okay.
All right.
So ABC wins, then we should. I should probably up
Yeah.
the score.
So
if that's the case.
let me just check and see who I've even still. I don't think we've got a lot of people who are still around.
Yeah, but either way, right? If we get to the point where it's the last game and they're not there, then we start the forfeit procedures, correct?
Yeah. Well,
that would
I
be
mean,
PSIOP
technically, we
game
already
getting 2
have.
points. Oh, it's already confirmed.
Yeah. So that's the score that I'm telling you.
Okay, well, let me update that.
Yes.
Here you go. The score is updated. 6-5 PSIOP Gaming. You can see that on screen, which means Sergeant ABC needs to win this so we can go to an ace match. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right, we are ready. There's a lot of Kerrigan portraits, but almost none of them start with the same name or word. That one's Queen of Blades, then there's Kerrigan, there's Sarah Kerrigan. Was there Ascended Kerrigan? Yeah, so... Alright, Lennox Magi wanted us to know he is still available. Alright, in the lower left, we have the blue Zerg. She is...
BeanTheBard.
And she is playing for the team.
PSIOP.
Her opponent, the Zerg in the yellow. He is...
Sergeant ABC.
And he is playing for...
Special Tactics.
So here's a big deal here. I threw them a little bit of a curveball. They both said they didn't care about the map, but the person who takes the early advantage here may very well be the person who notices that there's a gold pocket base. That's just what I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, this old map. So you brought back an
Yep.
old map. Okay.
Well, I didn't. You can blame Green Empire for that. He's the commissioner. But yes, this one,
That's a fun map.
you can also... And it's interesting, it's not necessarily your traditional pocket map because the workers on there are going to be very vulnerable to ranged attackers over the gold minerals. So, I'm not sure if either of them knows about that necessarily, but that's basically the risk you take when you say, hey, HyperTurtle, I don't really care, just pick one. Alright, well, the scouts are moving ahead, and we are seeing things, similar, but again, BeanTheBard started the spawning pool quite a bit earlier.
Oh, she's blue this time, not red, huh?
Yep, that's how they get you. So yeah, right now we have blue versus yellow, but still primary colors, so I will still roll with it.
There you go, now it matches. So I think, when the game starts, from the production perspective, we'll need like another 10-15 seconds for that type of prep, We can't just hop on it right away. It makes a big difference on the stream, I think, now the way it's working.
Okay. Well, we're learning every time. Well, this is interesting. Even though Bean had the much earlier spawning pool, it's Sergeant ABC who's got 8 Zerglings in production. So I'm curious to see what the next step is. We do have the Queens gradually coming out. And of course, Bean does have an Overlord out there, so she'll know once things start to move out. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a pillar that stops vision, but
Well, there's
either
a
way, you have an Overlord there too. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's definitely
There we go.
a pillar
Uh,
to put Overlord on for sure.
Okay.
It's hard to do that.
Well,
Zerg.
there's pillars. I mean, anything you can put an Overlord over, but there's the ones that also hide the vision as well, as opposed to the ones that just make it a little bit harder to reach them. But yeah, SgtABC decided not to keep chasing there. Okay, here we go. BeanTheBard starting to wall off, going with Roach Tech, while SgtABC is going with the Baneling Nest. A lot of this is going to come down to when these Zerglings hit and what the economic status is at the time. Here we go. Those two Zerglings make a very quick U-turn, and BeanTheBard on top of this, putting 2 spine crawlers in the wall, and those can be uprooted and moved away again. But there's lots that could be killed in the meantime.
Oh, she needs to put another cover
Yep,
on the top.
and not enough energy to transfuse the Roach Warren, I'm afraid.
Yeah, a little late putting a depot there.
A bit. Pulls the workers, trying to put more structures in the way. Those queens are taking a lot of damage. One goes down, second one goes down. Just like that, it looks like we are getting in and going to the ace match.
Indeed. Yeah, wow, that's 2 types of games. Both of them all in, different people. One held it, one didn't. And we're here.
Here we are indeed. Alright. Alright. 2 games, definitely making full use of the Zerglings. But SgtABC, you were able to start hitting before that Roach Warren completed and take out the Roach Warren before she was able to use it. So
yeah, once I saw her put it down, I decided I don't want her to have that, and that's when I made the decision to send everything.
I was supply blocked.
Oh.
if only the supply. I had 2 roaches on the way. They were gonna fight so hard for me, but yeah.
I noticed I got a tip from someone. Whenever you're making overlords, once in the early game, once an overlord pops, you can instantly queue up another one, and it'll keep a steady timed supply out of not being capped.
Yep, that is what we call a pneumatic device. Pneumatic device? I don't know, Roy G. Bibb or whatever.
Good game, Bean. Good game.
All
right.
Game.
Now, yeah, we're in a weird position here. Lennox Magi is available. I don't think anyone else is, but besides me and the 2 of you.
Yeah, you 2 can rematch, or let's talk about it as a special tactics team. I'm on that team, right? DarkMenace is no longer available. He's just about to step out, so he can't hop on. So it's either
there's also there's one more option, which would be a 2v2.
Oh,
with Bean teaming with Lennox Magi and me teaming with Sargent.
Ooh,
I don't know, because in that case, Sargent and I have definitely played a lot more team with each other. But
yeah.
I mean, we can decide what the optimal one would be. I guess the other option would be, I guess Lennox Magi could play against SgtABC, but that would be a bit lower in the ranking too.
Level, right? Are they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So
hey, wait, is he higher than me?
No, lower. I think.
You've been
double check
so
on that if you could, KJ.
He's higher. No.
And then, yeah, I'm like kind of the border of Plat 1, Plat 2 as Zerg. And about the same. Yeah, we are indeed at the ace match, and we got to figure out what we want to do with that.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Obviously, I'm doing production, so let's pick the most closest matchup that we can. And it sounds, is Nuke available? Can't you play him, HyperTurtle?
I don't know if Nuke is still available.
You
I
guys
can
were 1-1. That was really close.
Nuke. Cranky Toaster.
Let me show the screen.
Yep.
Ace match for sure.
So Cranky Toaster is at G5. I'm at G. That doesn't actually show these in order, but yeah, that'd probably be a little too high up. G9 for me.
Bean, whenever I felt like I couldn't make any headway on that first game, that's when I put down the Roach Warren.
Oh, the first game, my queen walked away and I lost it.
Oh dang it!
Runaway queens, I hate
second
those.
game, I almost lost my queen walking away trying to get your Ovi.
That first game, I should have had you.
Okay. Well, I mean, it does. Being the Bard, it does sound like you are willing to give it another shot and take a win against them. Is that where we're going then?
One. I mean, I just got the floor watched with me a couple times. I don't know.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, it wasn't.
Those were
wasn't
both rush games. So
yeah,
one of them you weren't quite ready in time. The next one, after the rush failed, you were just struggling to transition out of it. But yep, I mean, it sounds like you're saying that you are able to take him, right?
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
All right.
Bad idea.
Do you need to confer with your captain? Because you're the
captains are on the road, both of them.
What about your teammates? Do you have any teammates available to
Yeah, I
chat
don't
with
rush
you?
a lot. I should just gone across my slowlings.
While she's figuring that out, HyperTurtle, did you reach out to Nuke?
I added him, but I have not heard a response yet. But honestly, I think this is pretty much the only option we've got. Unless Lennox Magi wants to take on SgtABC instead, and I don't think that's as viable.
Yeah, I think ABC is improved.
So I think this is what we got.
This is the closest we got. Are you willing
All
to
right.
do it, Bean?
Sure.
All right.
Alrighty.
Team, guys, this is it. Ace match.
Okay.
This is
now
it.
this
You might wanna
this
pick
is
the
this
map,
is
Bean.
where, yep, pick the best map to do a Dead by Daylight strategy. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. It's ZVZ, so I've got to figure out which one is least Zerg favored. And here, I'll go nice and standard. Let's just go Pylon because no one else has picked that. Freedom, go ahead and leave the score again. If that's all right with both of you. Otherwise, if someone has a suggestion.
The neon one. I always disliked that one as Zerg. The one that has a back base that's halfway filled with minerals.
Celestial Enclave?
No, not. Well, I think that one also. Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
No, the other one with the half-full pocket base.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
let's just go with that one. I do not know of anyone that's neon, and there are maps that actually have neon in the name. Multiple maps that do, and none of them are in our pool for this tournament. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's
Neon
also a bunch of
Dynasty,
others with Neo in the name. So there you have it,
Wait,
folks.
maybe it was Neo. Who knows? Who knows? I can't remember that one. I have a hard time remembering what I ate the other day.
Yeah, well. All right, let's go to it. I'm wishing you both luck.
All right.
And we will move ahead. All right, this is the tiebreaker right here. So we're going to have to see how both of them mix it up. We had 2 matches in a row where it was very much just flooding the lings in, and that was that. Now, BeanTheBard plays a lot, and she streams it too, if you ever want to check out her Twitch channel. I believe she might even be streaming, though. No. Oh, well. Anyway, we're going to start. This has been a bumpy ride as far as this this team competition has gone, but away we go. We're going to be taking a couple of weeks off, too, because even we know better than trying to hold the game's 4th of July weekend.
You are watching FSL.
All right. In the upper right, we have our yellow Zerg. He is
Sergeant ABC.
And he is representing the team.
Special Tactics.
And his opponent. This time, we're in the red. We have the Zerg player.
BeanTheBard.
And she is playing for
PSIOP.
You know, I'd noticed the music notes in the background, but I hadn't actually made the connection of her being a bard. So, yeah, there you have it. And yeah, Nuke, a little bit late anyway, but Nuke confirmed he is not available anymore. Alright, so both of them know about the Pocket Base, because we discussed it a little bit, and this is also a map that was in heavy use last season. So potentially, they could take that as a slightly easier to defend base, but one that's going to mine out pretty quickly, and that they're not going to be able to saturate much either. But if it introduces the larva, hey, that's still a pretty good thing to have. Alright, this time, things going a little bit more hand in hand. BeanTheBard once again taking the first spawning pool. Whereas SgtABC. Yep, there we go. Right on 16. That is what the Ladder Legends coaches have been saying from what I've seen. Kind of 15 hatchery, 16 spawning pool, 17 gas is what they've been agreeing on for the moment, while other people pick the patch apart even more. I'm very curious what kind of an even mid-game would look like between these two when neither of them have taken much damage. I think SgtABC, his macro has improved quite a bit, so it's going to be a question of keeping up for BeanTheBard.
And one thing you didn't mention is BeanTheBard's going gasless, which is very big, big thing.
I had not noticed that.
And it's harder to wall off here, so she needs to be careful if there's a link flood. Luckily, that's not happening here, because the creep doesn't spread fast enough to cover the wall.
Yeah.
And there's another wall here that they can bust through. So
I don't think SgtABC is going to all-in her again. He seemed, the way he was talking, he kind of wants to give her a little bit more of a start, but okay, that was double extractor trick. A little bit later than we hit. Yeah, just dealing with it as he can. I don't see any overlords in production still, though. Yeah. So no, I was wrong. I think this is going to be like, this is going to be a whole lot of lings.
Well,
all right, BeanTheBard attacking.
She sees the lings though, so she needs to make this wall, and this time. Okay, she's backing off. I think she knows.
Yeah. And she's got the defender's advantage too. She already has a decent number of lings, and the Roach Warren pretty far along this time. SgtABC again electing to go Banelin Nest.
Okay, here goes. She needs to close that wall. She's not doing it. I think
she's moving out, and she's seen him.
Oh,
well, we will see. Because that isn't that many lings. You're not moving all the way out either.
She needs to make roaches, man. ABC's not going for it anyway, so lucky for this. So.
Alright. We'll see what happens next. BeanTheBard, Lair, and Evolution Chamber. So, yeah, I think this is going to be heavy-duty 2-base Roach. We'll see if she does take a third. But she is just scouting around, seeing whether or not SgtABC is taking a third. One of the things to remember about this map is there's an extra path that only workers can take if you want to go in and just check out that pocket base, or if you want to evacuate to it, which is something I actually saw made use of a lot more than I expected to.
Hey, ABC never saw the Roach Warren, but she just accidentally revealed one of Roaches. If he was paying attention, I don't know if he saw that, because he's making a Baneling. Oh, he made a Baneling nest. Obviously, that's not really what you want against
Yeah, not optimal against Roaches anyway.
So I don't think he saw it.
Okay, well, I think he's preparing for aggression, though. 18 Lings in production. He is adding some Banelings as well.
But he has a third.
He's got that pocket third now.
Yeah, but
So
BeanTheBard's
that's
looking good, man. She's got roaches and
Yeah.
she's got a nice wall.
She's got her footing and actually a decent supply advantage as well. When you take that third, it's usually more for larva than for actual mining. Not that you're not going to mine, but usually it's more a production thing.
One more thing is,
Yep.
certain ABC sees this Overlord, and this Overlord sees everything, but he hasn't really bothered to push it away. In fact, he's
No.
making Banelings defensive.
Yeah, he's making Banelings right within view of it, sending a couple of them ahead. That, oh, I hope he doesn't spend them both on one Zerglin. No, he does not. He is just right-clicking away. I want to see BeanTheBard take a third, or just double down on this attack. They are both going with +1/+1 upgrades, so I am assuming that neither of them are going to be staying. I mean, we know Sergeant isn't, but I don't think BeanTheBard is going to be staying on 2 bases for much longer. BeanTheBard still favored an army supply, and she could do a lot of damage potentially. Spire is the next tech path here. All right. I mean, like you said, she's had a front row view to what SgtABC has been producing, so I think she has decided that she can take it. 87 supply to 63.
But now ABC also saw the roaches, so...
All right.
He's expanding.
He's expanding, and this one queen is chasing an overseer away. You don't see that too often. Sometimes even queens, can end up getting a little bit carried away. They just do it very, very slowly. And here we go. BeanTheBard taking the offense. Will she be able to eliminate one of these bases, or will she be able to break in to the natural? Here we go. Gonna see if she can get the cancel on that base. Lings and Banelings are moved in, but there are almost nothing but roaches to welcome them. Banelings just splat against that heavy-duty roach armor. And SgtABC, he is in alert mode right now, having to put down multiple spine crawlers, just like Bean was forced to last game. A lot of this is going to be about stutter stepping, just moving them forward, having them attack as much as possible. SgtABC does have his own roaches now, but BeanTheBard could potentially use his own wall against him, just force them to slip through. Alright. Attacking on there, I think Sergeant has a little bit of advantage in numbers, but some of them got stuck on the ramp and weren't able to attack the whole time. BeanTheBard maintaining the supply lead, in fact, expanding on it, 117 to 91, and she has taken a third after canceling his fourth. I do not see a lot of workers mining from that pocket third right now.
I don't like ABC attacking here. There's a lot more roaches, and if he gets trapped, he loses this, and that's a sure way to lose the game.
Oh no. Yeah, that is a big welcoming committee. Both of them having a little bit of trouble forming an arc or stutter stepping ahead so that as many roaches are attacking as possible. But still, BeanTheBard able to do to kill quite a few there, and she is following up. Well, she's got both Mutatech and Hydralist Tech, and here we go again, Roach versus Roach, the eternal conflict if you follow Zerg. And this is just, this game, now that she's had the chance to build up, she's just running away with this. SgtABC in the double digits here. And if she can break in, or if she can just hang out outside there and keep expanding herself, either one works. I would really like to see some of those injured roaches get turned into corruptors. Not corruptors, ravagers. So that she has bile added there, and the ravagers, of course, going to full health. But yeah, she has broken through. All she needs to do is just keep attacking. Handful of Hydras are up here, but Hydras do not benefit from the army that the roaches do. And yep, I think this is all about believing in yourself, kids. BeanTheBard is gaining revenge. against the Zerg opponent from the last 2 games. And yeah, just like this, everything's going to get wiped out. And there we go with the GG, and that means PSIOP Gaming has taken the series. And that puts my team, Special Tactics, down at the bottom of the rankings. Alright, so the lesson here is to always believe in yourself. That was a lot of roaches.
I just held the button down.
Yeah, hold the button down. Occasionally it's good to turn the injured roaches into Ravagers, so you also have those biles there. Also, if you have that many roaches in your opponent's main, it's important to remember to hit enter /dance. It's bad etiquette to have that many roaches and not. Yep.
I'm gonna remember that.
I gotta say, I was like, every time I got supply block, I was like, oh, sorry to set. When my Overlord pops, I gotta make another one.
You had exactly. So you both learned from each other. BeanTheBard, that was a very non-stop supply lead. So you were able to find something that worked very well for you.
Thank you.
All right. So, ABC tech too much? Maybe. That's for ABC to decide. So yeah, I think someone in the chat was asking if maybe you were teching too much. I don't think he teched too much. I think it was just a question of when to make the roach transition.
Yeah, I still have a hard time with that switch. I mean, I wasn't seeing any aggression whatsoever, and I still have a hard time trying to figure out when to make the switch. And
I think honestly, for me, at least I always add the Roach War in as I take my third, usually in Evolution Chamber 2. I am not a coach, but that's something I've found works for me well. It's a question of having that option there, because once you have enough roaches, then Lings and Banes just bounce off them. But yeah, you make the transition too early, and they've got enough Lings. It's like, okay, pick off a couple Lings at a time, but then they just flood through. All right.
Well, so, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys very much. Bean, great.
All right, get yourself some sleep, man.
Right,
and then, Bean, I will go ahead and set up a raid for you since I see you are available.
I'm out too. No.
You are? Okay, you've had enough of this.
Way to go, Bean. Way to clutch the game today.
Thank you.
That was
all right.
huge.
See you in a couple of weeks, everyone.
See ya.
All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out, Dom, Dog, Happy, Batbutt. Oh wow, that was something, wasn't it?
Hell, it's about time.
We are taking it up a notch.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yep.
They got you. So
It's each team has 1 point.
Oh, must fly. Oh, you're done.